The connection today is actor Michael O'Shea. The film is It Should Happen to You. The film follows Judy Holliday as Gladys Glover, a model/actress who didn't make it in New York City. After running into a cameraman, played by Jack Lemmon in his screen debut, she gets the advice to get her name out there, and that will jumpstart her career. Holliday takes this advice a little too literally and spends the last of her money on renting a billboard and putting her name on it. Soon, everyone becomes curious as to who Gladys Glover is, and before she knows it, she's famous for doing absolutely nothing. This film may have a silly concept, but is actually a very clever comedy about media saturation and being a celebrity in general. It pokes fun at both media personalities that seemingly get famous for doing nothing and the public that adores them. Judy Holliday is hilarious. Her part is very similar to the one she had in Born Yesterday, and that may upset some people, but not me. This is one of the films that solidified her as one of my favorite actresses of all time, because even though there were a lot of funny women in Hollywood at the time, nobody makes me laugh like Judy Holliday does. Think of it like Abbott and Costello. The duo are comedians that are really good at what they do, but their personas are the same from movie to movie because we come to see their bits. And they're just so good at them. The story is secondary. It's the same way here with her personality. The exception is that the story is very cleverly written. So we get two great things instead of one. And what's so bad about seeing Holliday in her titular form? Although Holliday has broken away from her bit quite a few times actually, and is very good at doing so. This film also shows the greatness that was to come from Jack Lemmon. Even though he plays the straight man in this film, he's funny in his own right. Holliday and Lemmon play off each other so well that it makes me wonder why they weren't paired together more often. I think my favorite part is in the convenience store. Holliday and Lemmon are just out and about buying things when the cashier realizes that Judy Holliday's name is Gladys Glover, and soon she's stormed by a flock of people, leaving Lemmon in disarray. George Cukor directed this, and it shows. It has a lot of the flair he was known for. Since most of Cukor's filmography is some of the most famous comedies ever made, and even some dramas, it's easy to see how people overlook this one, and label it as a Born Yesterday ripoff. Although this film doesn't have the same wit that Born Yesterday had, it's just as clever nonetheless. People say that all Hollywood does today is make sequels and not come up with new concepts, but they're very wrong. Studios would often create copycats of their own work. Most of the time, these copycats would be horrible, but every once in a while, you'd get one that was just as good, or even sometimes better than the original. I once saw a one-man show about Jack Lemmon starring his son, Chris Lemmon. He said that his dad had a lot of fun making this film, and that he was forever in debt to George Cukor for taking a chance on him and for giving him some great acting advice in the process. And with knowing that information, I think that's enough for you to take my advice and see it.